What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy, and this is the No Holds Podcast. And man, we got a special guest today. He is an amazing friend, an amazing father, amazing husband, an amazing DJ. Everything about him is amazing. His name is Hector, DJ Teddy Larios. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? How are you?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Man, we're doing good, bro. Especially with everything that's going on in this crazy world.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's good. We're blessed, bro. I like to tell people favor ain't fair. Especially with us and everything in my family. Just favor ain't fair, bro. I know it's ugly to say sometimes, but man, I take it on fully because it's true. Favor ain't fair. A lot of my friends during this time have lost their jobs, and man, it's like every week. I know, and this isn't to boast or brag, but just to show God's favor. Somebody's throwing money at us like every week. Like it's crazy. It's like, oh, hey, this insurance check came in, and your house is already fixed. Wait, what? We didn't even know about this. Stimulus check came in. Of course, everybody got one of those, or a lot of people did. Not everybody, but money. That was that next week. After that, I sold one of my cars and I purchased a car.
Shoot.
And so favor isn't fair, and we just been rocking and rolling with it, bro. It's crazy.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I was trying to remember when we met, but
Never back down.
Never back down is when it was. Yeah, man, that was awesome. I love that day.
Yeah.
It was our first one.
First one.
That first one was awesome. I'm not saying the rest of them weren't, but man, that first one was pretty.
No,
good.
And that first one was awesome. I got my prayer language, bro. Super crazy. You got my prayer language, and it's just seeing the kids that are so on fire, or not kids, students. Seeing the students so fire for God. So on fire for God is just absolutely awesome. I want to see that all across America, not just in just one place, like here in Seminole. Absolutely peaceful place. I absolutely love. Would move here in a heartbeat. But I think God has me where He has me for specific reasons.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So
married now.
Joined the Left Hand Club in 2000. 4 years ago. So
you better get this right because you're gonna be listening.
2016.
What day?
September 3rd. I was gonna say my birthday, May 2nd.
What time? No.
September 3rd, 2016, bro. Left Hand Club, bro. People didn't expect it, but it happened. So yeah. I didn't even expect it. What the heck was going on? I got punched in the face and I was married. No,
Teddy leaves, comes back. I'm married. What the heck?
What the heck? Already? Who is she?
I know. Yeah,
no, man. Left Hand Club, happily married. We're blessed, and there's not a lot of people that can say that.
Yeah.
But blessed, happily married. She's my favorite. I said this when I was here last time I was here. I struck oil, gold, diamonds, silver, everything that you can think of that is worth something. She's worth way more than that, and she's absolutely amazing. I love her a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome. Kids too.
Yeah, 2 kiddos. She had them before me, but they are my kiddos. I like to always say that. Yeah. They're my kids. I'm raising them. Nobody else is going to be raising them but me. And they do see their biological father. And he sees them, tries to see them on a weekly basis. Due to what's happening right now, he hasn't been able to see them, but they're still in his life as well. So I think that's important that they see him, because I don't ever want my kids to feel like I kept them away from their real dad.
Yeah.
But stepdad, I stepped up to be the dad. So, and like I said, there's no shade for him, for anything of him, but I'm the kid's dad. I love hanging out with them. Absolutely crazy. 12 and 13.
Heck yeah.
So 12 and 13 years old. They're crazy.
Heck yeah. Favorite color?
So favorite color is actually a weird one. People are going to think I'm weird. Gray is my favorite color.
Gray.
I like gloomy days. I like rainy days, and the color gray. We try to paint our house inside gray. Didn't work out. It's like a light blue, bro. It's super whack. I hate it. So my plan is I want to repaint our house gray, but gray is my favorite color, all shades of it. And just it's I don't know, since I was a kid. I like purple a lot, but gray has always stood out to me. I don't know why I like that color. It's just something I like.
There we go. Favorite food?
Man, I want to say Asian food. There's different types because like fried rice isn't real fried rice. They don't make that over there in China or wherever you go. But just any kind of Asian food. There's some stuff that I've tried. I'm just like, oh, I won't eat that. But Asian food for the most part, I can eat a lot of it. And of course, a lot of it. But I just like that. That's my stuff. Everybody's like, oh, you don't like Mexican food? I do, but man, I was raised in a house with 2 Hispanic parents. My dad is from Mexico, and my mom's from Cali, so she's basically from Mexico. And that's all we had, bro.
Yeah,
that or oven food like corn dogs and burritos, pizza.
Oh yeah.
So it was like hardcore Mexican food, or you had like corn dogs. So yeah, I was like that. But yeah, Asian food, any Chinese food, Thai food. That's actually my favorite. Yeah.
The best advice you've ever received.
The best advice I ever received is from Pastor Benjamin DeLay, and he said this: that we do not carry the junior Holy Spirit, but we carry the Holy Spirit. And I think a lot of people get that misinterpreted and get that advice wrong because they're like, can you pray for me? Like, no, you can pray for yourself. Did you know that? You don't have a junior Holy Spirit. You have the Holy Spirit inside of you. So when people are like, hey, can you pray for me? I'm not feeling it. Yeah, I'll pray for you. Because I know what I carry inside of me is the same that the pastor carries inside of him.
Yeah.
That Benny Hinn or whoever preaches or carries the Holy Spirit. I have that too. Not just because I'm the youth leader or a kid's teacher, or a prevention specialist, or I work roofing, whatever I do. I carry the Holy Spirit inside of me too. So that advice has been carried throughout the years that Pastor Ben has told me. That it's crazy. So
dude, that's good, man. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't have to name the name on this one, but the worst advice you've ever received.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I won't name the name on this one.
You don't have to name the name on this one.
Man, worst advice was trying to think about this one. Because in life, I've unlearned a lot of things. I've had to learn in ministry. I've had to unlearn things at work. I've had to unlearn things. But man, the worst advice is just like, I guess, I don't know if it was a person or if I just like had it in my heart or something, but just treating other people like stepping stones will get you where you're at. And that's not true. That's absolutely not true. I'm not going to step on anybody to get where I need to go, nor am I going to use them to get to where I need to go. A lot of people in ministry, outside of ministry, or whatever, get that mixed up. They want to step on people to get to where they're at. They want to, like, hey, we're going to get to this place together, and they'll just let go of the rope, and you're falling down, and they're making their way up, or they're going to get all the credit. And I'm not a person for like, oh, I want all the credit for this. Like, never like that. I've never want to be like that or ever choose to be like that. But people that just accept all the credit for something that they didn't even do. And they basically use you to be that stepping stone to get to where they're at.
Yeah.
I've never tried to do it to anybody. I know it's wrong. But yeah, that's the advice. I don't know if somebody gave that to me or if I've learned it through somebody. I would never do that.
Yeah,
it's horrible advice. I don't want to do that to anybody. That's terrible. Yeah.
If you can go back to your teenage self and talk to your teenage self, what advice would you give him?
Oh man, teenage Teddy.
Teenage
Mutant Ninja Teddy. No, teenage Teddy dealt with had identity issues. I remember in high school. This hurts to say. In high school, I remember a student turned around and asked me, "Hey, are you Christian? Are you saved?" And my advice was, "I don't," or my response was, "I don't know." And so, if I could go back, I would tell myself, like, "Hey, you stand for what you believe in, but also not just stand for what you believe in, but hey, you are a son of God. You are, son of the Most High.
Yeah.
Your future looks bright, but you need to stand up for what you believe in. You need to continue what God has planned for you, and start believing in what He tells you." And it was crazy because, like I said, I dealt with identity. I was scared. I wanted to be friends with the cool kids, but also be friends with my church family. And I was one way over here, one way over there. I was a high school hypocrite, basically. I would be one way at church or one way at church, raising my hands, praising God, getting slain in the spirit, leave, and then I was a completely different person. I never did drugs, I never drank, I never partied. I went to one party, I almost got into a fight. But like I never did those things. But I wasn't living a righteous life, if I could say that. It wasn't pleasing unto God, I guess you could say too, because I acted like everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
I was always laughing, playing, making the dirty jokes, receiving the dirty jokes, not using the proper language, things like that. I would be a part of. And then I would act out in school. I acted like a complete fool. I remember, it hurts to say too, I remember in woodshop. I was in woodshop in 12th grade, and one guy was like, hey, you know what? He started hitting the TV with a mallet. Just like school property damage. Like, bro, what are you doing? And my mentality was so dumb at the time. I'm a teenager. Not all teenagers are dumb. I want y'all to know that. But I just had that dumb mentality of, if you can do that, I can do it worse than you, yeah. Basically. And so I grabbed a sledgehammer and I smashed somebody's project. A woodshop project. We were working on projects for a while. And everybody's like, oh, Teddy's one of the nicest dudes. He hangs out. I'm just being honest. This is what people tell me all the time. You're so nice. You always hang out with everybody. You're so humble. And I'm like, yeah, I've done some dumb things. I actually smashed a kid that was in special needs project. And man, that changed my whole 12th grade experience. Like, it was towards the end. But I was just like, dude, what the heck am I doing? When that kid came in and I saw how devastated he was that I smashed that project. Dude, that's such a b-hole move. I'm not gonna say, but it's such a butt move. I'm such an idiot for doing that. Why would I do that? Like, what kind of person am I who does that? And that helped me start switching into the mentality that I needed to have later for ministry and stuff like that. But I didn't consider that kid's feelings. I didn't even know who it was until they walked in. And I saw that the teacher didn't see it, but man, I never fessed up to. I know that's bad, but yeah, that just changed my whole mentality. Like, dang, I was crazy. I jumped on people's cars. I did crazy stuff in high school, man. And like I said, so like when somebody be like, are you saved? Like this girl asked me, she's like, are you saved? And that day I could have ministered to her like, yeah, I am saved. Like, this is what I believe in. Jesus died on the cross for us and he shed his blood. Didn't do that. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And I know that girl struggled. And I not that I keep up with her, but I know the last time that she added me on Facebook, she was just like she was going to a church in Oklahoma City and a Christian church in Oklahoma City. So that made me happy. But I want to say that I wasn't a part of that though. I wasn't throwing out seed. I was keeping the seed, retaining the seed, and not doing anything with it. That's hurtful now. And me as a person now, like from teenage Teddy to now, like I won't do that. Like every time I step on a stage, I'm going to share Jesus. Yeah. When I do presentations, hope none of my coworkers see this, but I share Jesus in a way that students will understand, but it's not like hiding him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, yeah, I'm a youth leader, and this is what I teach my youth. I don't necessarily have to say Jesus, but I'm teaching them the things that Jesus did teach in a different way. And so I always, like, those are the little tidbits that I throw in. That's the little seed that's getting tossed out. But that day, like, it was just devastating, bro. It's crazy. Like,
to kind of talk, like to keep on that subject, like you were born, I guess, and raised in Amarillo.
So I was, so Bianca hates this. She's going to hate that I said this. I was born in Garden City, Kansas. I was there literally for, I want to say 6 months or less. We moved to Texas after that. So I've been raised in Texas my whole life. In 99, we moved to Amarillo. And that's where I was raised. I went to third grade to high school and everything that I've done till now. But we lived in Plainview, Texas.
Most you lived in Plainview, wow.
Plainview, Texas, yeah. We lived in Plainview. I was raised there a little too. I remember a lot of things that happened in Plainview. Everything it's so crazy. Like Plainview, and then we moved to Amarillo, and that's where I'm at now. So yeah.
Amarillo. How long did you live in Plainview, you said?
So I lived in Plainview. So my brother was born in '95. So I want to say 2 years before that. So it's like, yeah, I was little, man.
And how many brothers and sisters you have?
So I have one brother and one stepbrother. We never considered him a stepbrother because he always lived with us. He never went anywhere else. He just stayed with us. So yeah, I have two brothers. So.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah. So growing up, were you always into church? Were you always, let's say, you said you didn't know if you were saved or not. Like, did you go to church in Amarillo?
So I did go to church in Amarillo. I actually started going to church at 8 years old. And I was in high school when that girl asked me, I almost said her name, but when that girl asked me that question. But from 8 years old, we've been going to church ever since. My dad wasn't saved. He didn't go to church, but my mom would take me and my brothers to church every time we were able to go. And we went to church. We were basically, I want to say, kind of raised in the church. I've always been.
What type of church was it?
So the first church was I want to say Pentecostal church in Plainview, Texas. Oh, okay. We were there, and then when we moved to Amarillo, we didn't go to church for a while because we needed to find a church home. So we were in Amarillo, and then we found a church home here. We went to there for about 2 to 3 years. Then we transferred to another church. We went there for about 2 years. And then we went to the last church, Hispanic church that we were at. And we were there for 10. So I've been there for a while. I've been in church for a long time. Yeah. But never knew what I was truly worth. I think that was the biggest thing. I didn't know who I was. I remember crying and calling one of our youth leaders and telling him, like, dude, I don't know. Like, I wasn't suicidal or anything like that. I was just like, I don't know what I'm worth. Like, I don't know what am I to the church? What am I going to do? What am I going to be? And, and I wanted to know those answers and questions at a young age. I think I was, because I was working already. So I was probably 15 or 16 when I made that call. Like, I don't know, like, who am I in the church? What am I for the church? What am I for God? And so my youth leader had to talk me through that. Obviously, it didn't get to me because then I still didn't know who I was throughout most of high school. So yeah, but I've been in the church forever. Super crazy.
Yeah, man, heck yeah. And your dad now, does he go to church now?
Yeah, so my dad is saved now. He didn't go to church at the beginning. I remember in Plainview him drinking, him having parties at our house. I remember him just bringing somebody else's car home. Like, whose car is that? Whose red truck is it? We don't own a red truck. Where's our little Cadillac that we had? And so, like, I remember those things growing up. I remember my mom and dad arguing. So my dad wasn't saved until we got to Amarillo. It took him a little while, but then something cracked one day, and he's just like, he didn't want to be that same person anymore. Oh, man. And my mom constantly prayed for him all the time. She would be crying, praying for my dad. And me too. I cried a lot for my dad because I knew if my dad were to pass away, he wasn't living a life that he was living a sinful life, basically. And had no regrets about it. He had no regrets whatsoever about it. So, but yeah, I constantly wanted my dad to be saved, to go to church, even if it was just to go to church. Yeah. But actually, my dad helps minister now at the church that he attends, Emmanuel. I think it's Emmanuel Worship Church in Amarillo, and he also does. He goes and does missionary work. Oh, nice. In Mexico, so he'll go to Mexico. He'll drop off clothes. It's for people that are, they're called the Tamaulipas. That's totally butchered, so don't judge me if you see this. But yeah, he goes out there takes food, he preaches the word. When they started going out there a few years ago, it was one church. Now it's 9 churches, and it's a big ministry. My dad does a lot for them, and it's not to give my dad praise or my mom praise, but they've done a lot of hard work there. There's people that literally walk 5 hours to get to church, to go to church service, to their closest church that there is, because there is 9 churches, but their closest one is 5 hours away, and they have to walk. They don't have cars or things like we do, so they have to walk. And so my dad does a lot of mission work there, and he tries to get all those people the resources that they need. Yeah. So he tries to go every 3 months. Sorry, not 3 years. Every 3 months. So, but yeah, my dad's saved. I'm so happy. I'm glad he does ministry. He's glad that I'm in ministry too, because I could be somewhere else right now. Yeah. To be honest with you. So, but yeah.
And y'all's relationship, your relationship with your parents or
brothers, we're
good?
Pretty good. We're pretty solid. My little brother, we talk constantly. Me and my mom are always talking every day. So yeah, our relationship is actually really good. We're a pretty close, tight family.
Nice.
And I appreciate that a lot, because especially my dad. Like, my dad is infinite book of knowledge. The dude knows his Bible like crazy. And so he always have something for me. He's talking about chilaquiles or enchiladas and, Jesus. Like, wait, where did this come from? It's like, he's just out of nowhere. But yeah. I love it. I love listening to my dad speak, because he has a hunger and a passion for it.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm trying to get to that level. I do have a hunger and passion, but I want to get to where he's at. My dad's older, so yeah.
Heck yeah. You ever go with him to Mexico?
So I haven't gone with him yet. I do on the side. I think I've told you this. I do like a little bit of artwork and video work, and so our plan was they bought my passport to go to Mexico this next time, which was supposed to be in March, and then COVID happens.
Oh man!
And so it kind of put his ministry on pause right now too, because he really can't cross any borders right now. We can't really do that, and so it put his ministry on pause. And I wanted to go with him to check it out. Because sometimes, favor ain't fair, like I said earlier. But sometimes you got to see what struggle really looks like, to really appreciate what you have.
Oh, yeah.
Some people don't. They just go on living life like that. And it's okay. I'm just like, I want to see it. I want to see what struggle really looks like. I've never had to walk 5 hours to get to church. Never in my life. So I don't even walk 5 hours to go anywhere, to be honest with you. Shoot, forget that.
Yeah, wow.
No, but like he, I wanted to go shoot a video for him to expand his ministry. He has a lot of support from his church, from his personal church, but I want that to grow, because 9 churches is hard to support for a lot of. My mom does a lot of garage selling. My mom puts a lot of her own personal money into it too, and she does share about the ministry a lot. She'll go to a garage sale and be like, "Hey, I'll buy all this whole table of clothes." And the lady's like, "Why are you opening up a store?" And she'll just start telling her, "Oh, we do this in Mexico," and the lady's like, "Oh, I'll sell you this whole table of clothes, like 500 pieces of clothes for like $5." And my mom's like, "Yeah, whatever." She'll just like load it up into the car. "I'll take the table too." Throw it all in the back. She don't care. Dude, my mom is absolutely crazy, but she's so dedicated, her and my dad, to that ministry.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I really want to go and see it. I really want to go and video and share with the world what they do, because I feel like my parents, they deserve it, but they need a little bit more help for where they're at. Yeah. So,
dude, heck yeah, man,
it's crazy.
Definitely be praying for them too, bro.
Yes, please. Yeah, keep them in prayer. Yeah, they totally appreciate that a lot.
So, have you ever been on any kind of mission trip?
I have never been on a mission trip. To be honest with you, I haven't. I never have. And I think that would be like I said, that one to Mexico, I think would be the one. Because it's not only, I forgot to explain that it's not only, they don't only help these people, the Tamaulipas, they help a thing called the asilo, which is basically like a nursing home. But it's since the money is scarce where they go, it's a nursing home, a rehab center, and a place where they drop off orphans.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like all three in one. And I think the last time they had 5 workers, and they have like 23, elderly people. They have about 15 orphan kids, and they have a lot of people going there, passing through rehab. So, it's not a like, oh man, this guy needs help because he's struggling with, his addiction, but maybe this elderly lady needs to, her stuff changed, or, needs to get up and use the restroom or something. I was like, 5 people? I was like, man, that's hard.
Oh, yeah.
And so, but yeah, no, I want to go see both of these things because, like I said, man, it breaks my heart. They said they drop off kids that are orphans that are addicted to drugs at times. And so it's just, man, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it to be like, oh man, I feel something. I wanted to do it like, man, no, this needs to be supported and shared with people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely why I really want to go to that specific place, and not because my parents do it and stuff like that. Just for me and myself to see, like, hey, man, God loves these same people like He loves us here.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, I haven't been though. I really want to though.
Yeah,
really do.
Dude, heck yeah, man. I think you'd love it, man. Like if I know me, my heart was never for missions. I didn't want to travel anywhere. I didn't want to go overseas, or I didn't want to go anywhere. Andrea, her heart is for missions.
Really?
And but something snapped inside of me. And that my first mission trip, man, we went to Honduras and loved it, bro. I loved it. And ever since then, it's just like my heart has been for missions. My heart has been to travel. But even at that, it's taught me to talk to different people. Like, doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the color of skin. Doesn't matter where you came from. Doesn't matter. Like, I want to talk to you. Even like here in Texas, here in Seminole, doesn't matter. Just like what I'm doing now. Like, it's helped me just realize, like, man, Jesus loves everybody. Yeah. Like it, and man, I love it, man. I want to talk about your how you became DJ Teddy, like, and why. Okay, first the name. Where'd you get the name from?
So before I was DJ Teddy, I was the Hectic Teddy.
The Hectic Teddy.
The Hectic Teddy. That's my.
I mean, with Teddy, where's Teddy from?
Well, Teddy, like from Teddy itself. I remember I was at a conference. And at that conference, it was a big conference at our old church. And we were there, and some dude was like, hey, bro, can I give you a hug? And I was like, I just feel like I need to hug you. Like, yeah, for sure. Gave this dude a hug. I was 13 or 14 at the time. He gave me a hug, and he's like, hey, Dave, come hug this guy. The guy feels like a bear. Like, what? Okay. So then I have another guy come and hug me, which I knew was a pastor's son. I hugged the dude, and then he's like, hey, Edie, come here. This guy feels like a bear. And then I had a line of people giving me a hug. And then guys, girls, older people. I was like, this guy feels like a bear. So Teddy stuck because it's like this. I felt like a teddy bear to people. I am chubby. I got the going on. And so I kept that. I was like, that's crazy. Like I like the name Teddy. Not that I don't like Hector, but I like Teddy a little bit more. And it kind of made the person who I am now. But the Hectic Teddy was because I was crazy. Like I was doing dumb stuff in high school.
So how old were you when you got this name? And
so I want to say it was 12 or 13. I want to say 12 or 13 when I got that name, and it stuck. It stuck with the people at church, but people at school kept calling me Hector. And so, but now that I'm older and these people at school see me, they call me Teddy now. So I don't know if it's just from Facebook or whatever they see. Hey, what's up, Teddy? I'm like, you used to call me Hector all the time. Where did you get Teddy from? Because I didn't get called Teddy at school at all. I think maybe 1 or 2 friends did, and they went to my church. So but that's how it stuck. Somebody said I felt like a bear, teddy bear, and Teddy stuck. And every day, like, hey, Teddy, what's up, man? Teddy, and it's like, you know what? It's my new name, Teddy. Yeah. And so I was crazy though, like I said, smashing people's projects, doing dumb stuff. I remember I had a video camera and I wanted to like do cool videos. You know who I'm talking about, like the dudes on MTV. And I did dumb stuff like that. Don't know why, had no reason in the world to do it. But yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to be like. And so then the Hectic Teddy was like this persona that I made, a crazy dude running around, make people laugh, and that's how it was.
Yeah.
But that's how I got that name.
Teddy.
So then Teddy's always stuck though, like, from being the Hectic Teddy to DJ Teddy, or as some kids in kids ministry calls me, in kids ministry, 3 or 4 or 5 year olds call me GJ Teddy.
GJ,
so,
huh?
GJ, because they can't say DJ for some reason. GJ Teddy. So yeah, no, but yeah, and then I became a DJ. So yeah.
What inspired you? What drove that drive to be a DJ?
So like I said, I was in church my whole life, and so I had this small point of time where in Amarillo there's a network called Kingdom Keys Network. I don't know if it goes this far out. I'm not too sure, but it was Kingdom Keys Network. It was a radio station, and another youth leader from the church was like, "Hey, I do a radio station at night, and you always have music. You have the vibes, the music, all this stuff. Can you help me out?" Like, yeah. So at 14 years old, I was a radio DJ at 11 to 12 o'clock at night. So this radio station was literally and basically for inmates at the Clements unit in Amarillo.
Yeah.
And so, and then all the other places too. There's people that did listen to me from home and stuff, but it was more for them. And so I would play, at the time, Hispanic church. I was playing Christian reggaeton, Christian, Mexican music, Christian, and anything that was in Spanish and that could be broadcasted to them. And so I had inmates write me letters. I still have some still. I was looking through my stuff the other day. I found some letters from inmates, has their inmate number, everything. And they would write me like, "Hey, it's a blessing to hear such a young man of God want to just share music with us." And so I did radio DJ I was like 16, 17. And I did that. I took a year off from it. I think it's not a year, but a few months off at 16 years old. And then I did it 17 to 18 years old. But yeah, that's where I was doing radio DJ. And I was like, I was so fascinated with that. I was so fascinated with mixtapes, like the legit mixtapes. Like I would see that they would have recorded tapes at the radio station.
Dude.
They had records, they had all these things. And I wasn't allowed to touch it, but I was always constantly looking at them. And I would never move their stuff, but I was always looking at what they had. And I was like, oh man, this thing is so cool. It was all broke to pieces, but I was like, it's so cool to see it, and I want to fix one day. And I constantly was seeking music, like just looking for music, especially that was Christian music, because I didn't really listen to anything else. Me and my household, when we were growing up, we freaking listened to Mexican music all day. Tejano music, bro. Tejano, that's what we listened to.
Magic 93 points.
yeah. We listened to the radio, the parties, was Mexican music, Tejano music. And one day, I got one of those, man, I don't know if you all remember. It was I was at the flea market. My mom bought it for me. It was a radio that had the little light at the end. And then it had like a little dial thing.
I think I
and mine was silver. It had like a little flashlight. And so I would do that at night, and it had headphones with it. So $3 at the flea market. My mom bought me one. And I remember getting on the radio, and listening to in Amarillo 93.1 The Beat. And that was the first time I got to listen to, not the first time, but because we listened to Michael Jackson too, because my dad was like, Mexican music or Michael Jackson, you better pick one. And I was like, oh, dang, I like both of them. Yeah. And so I grew up with Michael Jackson, but that was the first time I got to hear legit hip-hop music. So, like legit, like we did hear like T-Bone. It was like my mom found a T-Bone tape. And I was like, oh, dang, this dude is hot. And some other stuff too, like Gino V, like just like old Christian rappers. Yeah. And so I was like, oh man, but I heard hip hop like that's not Christian for the first time. And I was like, oh man, I think it was like 2005. And it was Kanye first rapper I got to hear. It was It was an old song, first album, College Dropout.
Oh,
First album.
Yeah.
And so that was when he was first coming up.
yeah.
And so I got to listen to hip hop then. And so, but I've always been fascinated with music. Like I said, and I was a radio DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what wanted me to get turntables though. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, I bought some one day.
Some turntables.
Yeah, I was working at Subway. I was working at Subway and I had holes in my shoes. And my mom knows this story. I had holes in my shoes and she said, you need to buy shoes. And we got paid every Friday from Subway. And so I went to Guitar Center. Supposed to go to the mall. And on that side of town, Guitar Center's there. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go see what's at Guitar Center. They had a sale on turntables. I was like $125 for a Newmark mixed track turntable. And so I was like, I bought it. I was like, oh, first check. I'm going to buy what I want. It's my money. I went home, had holes in my shoes for another week. I was like, I get paid next Friday. I'll be fine. But my parents were so against me for DJing, but didn't know where that was going to take me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I got my first turntables, had a broken computer, and made it work.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, that is crazy.
Super crazy.
I like that,
And
man.
so I DJ'd in front of a wall forever, bro.
In front of a wall.
In front of a wall, like in my room. I was DJing. Didn't know what the heck I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just doing it. And we after 10 years at this one church, we went to another church where I currently go now. And I've been there forever too now. But the church that we're at now, they had a youth hip hop group. They had the students. Some of the students were rappers, and one of the youth leaders was the main guy. And then they had another rapper that you know personally, Aaron.
Oh,
Aaron was there, and so I walked into the church. I went to the church. I didn't know nobody. I knew Mike from a previous friend, and so. He's like, hey, what's up, man? He's like, what are you doing here? I was like, I think this is going to be our new church home. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And then, and I told him, I'm a DJ. Bro, I had no idea how to DJ, bro.
I'm a DJ.
I know how to press play and stop the track.
That's all you need to know.
And that's all I needed to know at that time. And they're just like, oh, cool. Hey, we do this. We have a group called Team Glory Music. Would you like to be a part? I was like, yeah, for sure, bro. And so I showed up to their first, they had hip hop practice like on Thursdays. Showed up, had no idea what I was doing, bro. Had no idea. I just knew, like I said, knew how to press play, how to stop the track. I knew there was effect knobs. I knew how to do the effects, but I didn't know how to DJ.
Yeah.
Yet. So I kind of like faked it till I made it kind of deal. That's the legitness of the story. I faked the whole thing that I knew I was a DJ. But in my heart, I really wanted to be. And I kept trying and trying until I ran into a buddy of mine that taught me how to legit DJ. Right, this is how you mix two songs together. And then you're going to practice yourself. And so he taught me the basics. I'm still learning how to scratch. I've got it down a little bit. But it's like I said, it's practice.
Oh, yeah.
But I know how to mix. I can mix you songs all day, to be honest with you. And I'm still learning how to scratch, though, like I said. But yeah, I faked it till I made it, bro. That's the legitness of that story. It's so weird. It's so weird to tell people. But yeah, I lied the whole time that I was a DJ and I wasn't.
So are you even a DJ now?
No, like do you even DJ, bro? No. Do you even lift, bro? No. No, I DJ now. And I know what I'm doing. Yeah. I've taught a few people, including Brad. And I've taught Brad a little bit about mixing. I want to keep encouraging him to do it. And I've taught some kids at kids camp, like, hey, this is a little bit about DJing. It's about like rhythm. Yeah. It's just keeping your rhythm. And that's how you mix. And they're just like, all right, cool. And then they get on the turntable and they just want to spin every knob and just like spin the track and make it go backwards and forwards and do it with their tongue and all that stuff. Like, hey, that's cool. Let me sanitize this real quick. But yeah, I lied. That's how I got into DJing. I lied, bro. That's super whack.
Seeing back then, there was no YouTube. There was nothing, man. Like, for you to even try to. So, was there even anybody that you knew of? Because I know, DJ Screw is totally different. I don't know if you know who he was.
He was amazing.
Did you listen? Yeah, I guess you said you'd listen to him. So. Yeah,
he was awesome. I used to. and I think I know radio DJs. I remember voices like the Tejano dude.
Yeah.
You know that voice as soon as you, that's a Tejano station.
Yeah.
Or I remember they used to have I hearing it on the internet. They used to be like, 9.7, Nueva York. You know, like, oh, dang, that's in New York. They got some Puerto Rican music about to go on, you know, and things like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. I kind of know. But the first DJ that I listened to, it's going to be crazy. It was Le Craze DJ Promote. And I actually I actually talked to him a few times. We talked so long, and when we were on tour, or when I was with Five on a tour in New York, I got to finally shake his hand and meet him.
Oh, wow.
After like 7 years. It was crazy. It was one of the best things of my life. And then after that, I got to meet all my other favorite DJs. I got to meet DJ Val, DJ Morph, KJ52's DJ, DJ Val, which is Derek Miner's DJ. And those are the three. I was like, oh, I got to meet all three of my, like, the dudes that I like listening to. And they're dope. They're super, super awesome. And, of course, I didn't get to meet one of my favorite DJs, DJ Primo. He rests in peace. He was actually the Houston DJ. Super, super awesome. He DJed for every Houston Christian rapper that there was. Gifted the Flamethrower, 007, Aaron at one point, Von Juan, all those guys.
Oh, yeah.
And so I never got to meet him. He passed away. He left too early. But yeah, man, he was the only one I didn't get to meet and shake his hand. Breaks my heart, because he was the second DJ, and then DJ Morph, and then going on from there. But yeah, that's who I listened to. But DJ Screw, Jazzy Jeff. I don't know how I heard Jazzy Jeff, but that dude. He keeps up with the times, man. Yeah. And so, like, I got to hear these people. I'm like, man, I want to hear what scratching is like. I want to do that myself. Yeah. And so, those dudes are absolutely phenomenal. I like listening to them. Yeah. I like listening to mixtapes where there's an actual DJ on there. Not just like, oh yeah, this guy is like, he made his own mixtape, which is fine. I don't ever knock anybody's work, but like when there's a legit DJ on there. DJ Sean P. He's a DJ he's the DJ for a guy named Crumb, used to be known as Plato. So yeah, that dude. I saw him live one day. I was like, I got to shake his hand too. I was like, oh man, you're awesome, bro. Like, whatever I do, this is I don't do nothing. You know what you're doing. And so it's crazy. It's crazy. I got to shake all these people's hands and meet them in person, and it's just super crazy.
You know, you mentioned Five. When did you and him kind of connect and get together?
Me and Five connected in 2000 and I want to say 2012, in December of 2012. We connected, we talked, and he told me these words: "Hey, bro, I want you to go on the road with me." And I was like, yeah, for sure, bro. And I'm thinking he's going to take me in Amarillo. He's going to take me to Pampa, Hereford, all the little towns that are like an hour away from there. The first place he takes me to is South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, Music Festival. Yeah. I'm like, this dude took me to South by Southwest on one of our first things, and super crazy. But yeah, 2013 is when we headed out there. And then he took me on the road. For 2 years, full-time ministry, bro. 2 years of full-time ministry. This is crazy times.
Y'all went everywhere. Like, y'all traveled a lot, if I remember right.
Yeah. We were everywhere. We went to, we were from New York to Texas. We were in everywhere, man. We were in Tennessee. We were everywhere. Everywhere you could think of. The only places we didn't get to go where I wanted to go was like Cali. We never got to go there. I didn't get to go to Illinois. I didn't get to go to Florida. I gone to Florida, but I never got to go do music there. Yeah. And so, but we were almost everywhere, bro. We've been all around Texas. We've been to the very bottom of the peak of Texas, La Feria, Texas, to all the way to Amarillo or Sunray or whatever. We've been all the way up. We've been all the way to the side. We went all around New Mexico. We've been in Colorado. We've been in, we were in Missouri, Oklahoma, Louisiana. We went to North Carolina, Arkansas. Man, that's crazy. We went to Washington. We went to New York. We went to New York a few times. We were in Virginia, West Virginia, and Virginia. So yeah, everywhere, bro.
Dude.
Everywhere. Crazy.
Dude, that's awesome.
He took me everywhere.
Just to get to travel, you know, to get out and
got to see everything, bro. It was awesome. Got to see a lot of things, and it was absolutely awesome, bro.
Yeah. And you also kind of rap a little bit too, huh?
Bro, yes.
I know.
Yeah, I do.
I know you've done one. I heard that one with Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
And then have you done one before that? Or was that like your official one? That I can't even remember the name of that.
That one was King, and that was like one of my first. Like, I wanted to can I rap? And I wanted to see if I could do something by myself.
Yeah.
And I got some features on it. I had Omar Symes from Kermit, Texas, and then I had a guy named CEO. I'm not sure where he's from, but he's somewhere here in Texas as well. And I got them to be on that track, and it was absolutely awesome. It was super phenomenal. And that was like one of my first tracks. I bought the beat, I made the track, and came out pretty decent. But that was I want to say a few years before I started really wanting to do you know what? I think I can rap a little bit.
Yeah.
And we do this big old presentation. We used to do this presentation in our church called Glow. I don't know if I told you about it multiple times.
You have.
And so I think this kind of initiated why I wanted to do it. One day they were like, hey, one of the guys from our church was going to stop attending our church and go somewhere else. We're like, hey, that's fine. We still love him. And we actually did music together, me and him. And they're like, we need another person to rap for Glow. So we can't have Mike by himself. We need somebody else. And I had DJ'd the year before that at Glow. And so they're like, well, Teddy can do it. And they all started laughing like, no, Teddy's the DJ. We need somebody to rap. Yeah. And they were just like, no, Teddy can do it. And I was like, I don't know how to rap, bro. Like, I remember I did that song, but I was just like, no, I don't know how to rap. Like, I really don't. And he's just like, come on, you can do this. And I was like, all right, I tried. And I focused all my time into it. We started practicing in August. The show was in December. It was a big old Christmas show. It was a week long, and we had 1,000 people every night. There was 6 showings in 1 week, and we have 1,000 people. We had to do it 2 times on Sunday, so Sunday was exhausting. But it was like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the morning, or Saturday, or Sunday morning, Sunday night. So 6 shows, and so I was like, all right, cool. Man, they're like, yeah, like Teddy's gonna do it, and so I had to step up. And Mike was one of the people that has always pushed me. I did fess up to him and like, bro, I don't know how to DJ. And he's like, bro, I was like, I didn't know if you knew what you were doing, but it's like, hey, it's like, I don't know nothing about DJing, but if you do, then you do. But yeah, no. I spent time on it. I was like, you know what? If he wants me to do it, he's always pushed me to be better. Then I'm gonna do it. Yeah. And so I focused all my time into it. I focused all my energy into it. And man, it's like, you know what? I like doing this. And it isn't for limelight, or it isn't to get my name out there. Mm-hmm. I never want to do it for that. If I ever do that for that, I want people to tell me like, hey, don't do this no more. And I'm not gonna be like, all right, cool, I'm not gonna do this no more. But I'm not going to be like, I'm going to keep going with ministry, and I'm going to keep no, I'll stop. Yeah. But I wanted to get a message out there. Like, every time I want to step on stage, that I'm the same person on stage that I am off stage. I'm never going to be Hollywood, because that term gets thrown out a lot. And CHH, Christian hip hop artists, are like, what is Hollywood? I don't know what that is. Well, that's something we need to learn, because, dude, like, you can't be acting, you can't be acting real diva-ish at a church, I don't think that's not working in excellence. That's not working in anything, know. So I want to be that same person when I am on stage, when I get off the stage. And so all the kids' hands that I shook, I was like, I invested some kind of seed into their life. People that is like, I hate rap music, but I liked your part today. Like, oh, thanks. Like, I was like, glory to God. That's not me, man. That's all God. And that I want it to be that. Because, like I said, if it's ever about me, bro, I suck. Let's just be honest, bro. I suck, man. I always like to tell people that, like, without Jesus, I absolutely suck. I know that's a brand of a shirt, but it's a truth though. Like I'm a loser without Jesus. And so if I ever went up there trying to be, like, man, I know that dude. That dude's whack. You know, that dude ain't hard. You know, but when I go up there and show that, hey, you know what, I have fun on stage and I share Jesus on stage. I want to be that same person. Hey, I'll have fun with you off the stage.
Yeah.
I'll play games with your youth group. I'll run around with your youth group. I'll trip over your youth group and we'll have fun. And I'm not going to ever like, man, get away from me. I don't need, no, give me a green room. Like, no, I don't want that. I don't ever want that because I can't be personable like that with people. And I want that time, like make every experience, every event that I go to or every time I hang out with people, a personal experience with people. Because God, how Jesus is with us, he's personal. He's personable. He knows your sin, but he doesn't call you by your sin. He calls you by your name.
Oh, dude, yes.
And so with me, Jesus has never called me by my sin. I've messed up multiple times in life. And so I want to be that for people too. Like, man, that's a perfect example of Jesus. Like, hey, I'm going to hang out with you. Even from the weirdest guy in the crowd, like, hey, I'll try to hang out with you the best I can. If we can't get along, hey, I'll let you know that, you know, this isn't working. But usually I can make friends with anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
And that's it. I want that same experience on stage, off the stage, with everybody. So rapping, that's why rapping was a big part for me. That's why music is a big part for me. Not just rapping, but DJing. I want to show kids you can have fun with Jesus. I was like, hey, we're in this whole concert. Everybody's jumping. Everybody's sweaty. Everybody's having a great time. And there was not one drop of alcohol.
Yeah.
There's not no smoke in the air. There's nobody high or, you know, nobody's drunk. Everybody's in their right mind, sober-minded, and we're having fun.
Being yourself.
And being yourself.
Yeah.
You know, there's nobody that can be a better you know?
Exactly.
So, and we're having fun. And so I always want to share that with students and with people and anybody I hang out with. So I think that's why rapping and music is a big part.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I said, I want to share that with people. I want to show them the love of God. Like, and if it has to, for me to be on stage, on that stage, I want to share Jesus to you. And so my music shares Jesus, sort of like Five's music. He shares Jesus. He shares that grace that God has on his life. Sort of like Kingdom music, like Brian's music. He shares love and forgiveness. And so, like, I want to do that. Mine might be different. It will be different, but we serve the same God. And one leader told me you never can compete and empower at the same time. Because it just won't work. And so it's not a competition. It's not nothing like that. But everybody is different. Yeah. Everybody has differences.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why music is, like I said, that's why I want to do rap. Like I want to rap. I want to share what Jesus has done in my life, my testimony. You know, overcame with the power of the blood and the word of their testimony. So, yeah.
Dude, heck yeah. And you also, I don't know if I can share this.
No, go ahead.
Right. Like you have an album coming out pretty soon.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have an album. The album is going to come out in August, first week of August. I need to get the date official, but the first week of August. And the album is called Bear With Me. It is from 2 Corinthians 13. Love bears all things. And of course, Teddy as a bear, you know, Jesus is I've bared with him throughout this whole time. I mean, he's bared with me. Even when I had low times, good times, the best of times, the worst of times, God is always there. Yeah. And so the title track is Bear With Me, of course. And I talk about that a lot. I talk about what it is that I'm, and I think it's more of a cry out to God. Like most of my songs, I'm like talking to God. And so I do share a lot. I share a lot about my personal life too. There's some testimony in there. There's some stuff that people don't know yet. And I haven't shared that out yet, but people will find out with the album. Yeah. Things like that. Of course, I'll show you later. Sorry, favor ain't fair. I'll show you all my stuff here in a bit. But yeah, no, that I get to share a lot. Yeah. And that title track will come out soon. I'm going to try to make it a single. because it kind of encamps the whole album. 13 songs is on it. I have Dylan Chase on this album. I have Dylan Chase, Aaron, K-Drama is on this album, and a few other people. For people that know from Camp Awakening, I have Ray on there. He was my hype man for the last 2 Camp Awakenings that we had. And I also have Just Nate on there as well.
Just Nate, yeah.
So yeah, I have some people that y'all know, and then I have some people that are kind of a little bit higher up. So yeah, I got all people, all walks of life, and everybody's a little bit different. But yeah,
dude, I'm excited for that, bro.
Super awesome, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, bear with me. It comes out in August, and it's gonna be good, man. I've poured my heart into it. It was like 4 years in the making. I had one idea, and I ran with it.
Yeah.
And it took a while. And I was constantly, I'm going to quit music. I don't want to do music no more. My wife's like, no, God didn't tell you to quit. I'm like, all right, I won't quit. And then I'm going to quit next week. And no, that's not. Until like this year, where I was like, you know what? I have so much time due to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I have time to do this.
Yeah.
There's no excuse now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, crap, I got to get to writing. And it came out easy, smooth. It was crazy. So, yeah.
Dude, heck yeah.
My album is going to be crazy. Bear with me. So.
Yeah, I'm excited, bro.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that. You started talking about COVID. Like, what has COVID taught you? What has Holy Spirit been, I guess, speaking to you about during this time of just staying, being at home and not being able to go out and do anything?
Holy Spirit has wrecked me, bro, with stewardship. What are you doing with your time? And yeah, I worked on an album. No, this is another shameless plug there. No, but more past that, like, have you searched for God?
Oh yeah.
And man, and that one hits me because I did search, because I was like, man, I'm praying for my album. I fasted for my album. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but I did. We did have a corporate fast at church, and I did that one too. But how often were we seeking Netflix and Hulu instead of seeking the Word of God? And man, dude, I know Netflix and Hulu is making buku chips right now. They're making crazy money. But nobody's like, how Bianca told me this one day. I love my wife. She's hardcore, bro. She goes, we have all these red lines of the shows that you watched on Netflix and sometimes on Hulu. I think they're green. But how many streaks do you have on your Bible app?
Dang.
Yeah. I'm like, oh crap. I was like, why is it in the single digit number? And why are your Hulu and your YouTube and all that stuff have your? And so, man, and so we wanted to. She's challenged me a lot. We watch a lot of teachings and a lot of preachings with stewardship. Stewardship. What are you doing with what you have?
Yeah. And
God's been wrecking me on that, man. And so I was like, man, I need a good microphone. I don't want to do it with a crappy microphone. And I need a good this. I need a good that. And like, well, what do you have? What can you make? How can you make it work? David only had rocks. He made it work.
Yeah.
Because he could have went and got the sword. He could have had the sword and the shield and all the armor. But no, I can do it with rocks. I can do it with the slingshot. You know what I mean? What are you doing with what you have?
Dude, that's so good.
So you've been wrecking me on that. And I'm still like every day, like, how am I looking for God? Even if it's for 5 to 10 minutes, how am I seeking God? And so that'd be a worship song. That'd be a reading of scripture. My Bible app comes on at 6:30 every day because that's the time I set it, and I'll never change it because that's the first thing. If I do look at my phone, the first thing is the scriptures right there. And then, of course, you're going to have Instagram, Facebook, your Snapchat, your TikTok. Everything is going to be on there. But, hey, look for that scripture first. Look for a daily devotional. And then another thing, too, God's wrecked me on is like, you don't have to read no more. It's read to you. Like, it shouldn't be hard now. You can listen to the word.
Yeah.
And tell me why my son, really proud of him. He stuck to the Bible, listening to the Bible every morning. And during COVID, he listened to his Bible. He's 12. He just turned 12. He turns 12 this month in 25th. But he listens to his Bible app, and then he would get his schoolwork done. And I was like, I would wake up, go make, coffee or breakfast or whatever, get my laptop open, and I wouldn't even look to the word till later. And he was like opening up his Bible app, headphones in, listening to what the word said today. And then he would get to his schoolwork. And I was like, man, I admire my kid about that because he's smoking me right now, man. He is like, he really is. And so stewardship, God's been wrecking me on that, man.
Stewardship, dude, that's awesome.
Crazy.
Man. Love it. I love it, bro. You know, you mentioned Bianca. You know, how did y'all two meet?
And she was like, you better get this right. So at a Camp Awakening, when we were doing it in Tulsa, my internet wasn't working. My only text message that went through. So because me and Bianca's birthday, hers is May 1st and mine's May 2nd.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so May 1st and May 2nd. And so we knew each other through a mutual friend before. And so she served at church. And our lives have been intertwined for like since the beginning of time. It's so crazy. My dad actually prayed for her dad, my father-in-law, when he was actually real ill. He had a procedure done in Mexico. It didn't go right. He came here. He kind of lost. He got like paralyzed from the waist down. My dad prayed for him, not through my dad, but through Christ through my dad.
Yeah.
He got the feeling in his legs back that day. My brother, my older brother, and her cousin have always been friends in high school. They played soccer together. They did all this. They hung out all the time. I was working in Spanish ministry at our church, current church, with her mother, which is my mother-in-law. Absolutely love my mother-in-law. We were in church. We were serving in the same thing. I was doing sound and she was doing media. And my mom was serving in kids ministry, where my wife was doing kids ministry in the 2 and 3 year olds class, and my mom was in that same class with her. And so we've been intertwined our whole life. It's so crazy. And then through our mutual friend, we were like, I told Bianca, I was like, probably at one point we were in the same house and we probably didn't even know it. We were growing up. And so through our mutual friend is how we met. And so she's like, yeah, my friend goes to church. Oh, yeah, really? Who is she? I've never seen her. I've never seen her in my life. So yeah. But we did talk for a little bit. We were just friends. We just always wish somebody a happy birthday, things like that.
Oh, yeah. But
one day she was feeling low and was going to text that one person that we don't need to text. We all know, we all should not have this person, but we might have this person in our life. And it's like maybe that person that really doesn't need to be in your life. That's not going to build you up, but break you down.
Yes, sir.
And so she was about to text that person. And I was at Camp Awakening, and I texted her. None of my text messages went through except that message. And she got that message. And it popped up on her phone. She's like, oh, hey, what's up? The thought of even texting that person went away. And kind of the direction was like, hey, how are you? And we texted that night. I don't know how, but we did, because I had no service over there. And then I had iPhone 4 at the time. Those phones sucked at that time, bro. You had 3G. I had 1X every day, bro. So, yeah. And then shout out to Josh Ring. He always hotspotted me at camp. So good old Josh Ring. I love that dude. He would hotspot me in 5. And I remember his phone bill was super crazy that day after camp. He called us. He's like, bro, my freaking phone bill was crazy because y'all used all my hotspot time and all my. I was like, oh man, I felt so bad. And so we were gonna like, hey, we'll pay you back. He said, nah, don't worry about it. And so me and Josh Ring became friends then too. But yeah, like. I texted her and we just started talking, and so we talked all the time. And I was always gone. I was constantly always on the road with 5 at the time. And so, yeah, man, it was crazy. Divine connection. Yeah. It's supposed to be, Have we had hardships? We have had hardships. Like any other marriage. If you haven't had hardships, I don't know what the heck's happening in your marriage, Yeah. But yeah, man. We just talked. Well, we were good friends. She has a heart for people, and I feel like I have a heart for people as well. Yeah, sure. It's maybe not the same as hers because she always like calls mine out like, hey, chill. We do have a heart for people. I do have a heart for people. It's just a little bit more different, a little bit more passionate, or but she's like, yeah, she has a heart for people, and just everything kind of aligned, bro. Everything aligned like it was supposed to be. And yeah, man, she's absolutely awesome, bro. She is my wife.
That's awesome.
I like to flaunt her off, bro. Yeah, like I got a Gucci belt. Like this is my wife, you know. Like hey, what? I got a wife. Just like, what? You're super weird, bro. Yeah, whatever. You know?
No, I love that, bro. That's awesome, man. Heck yeah. Yeah, I know when we first met, when did I first meet her? I was trying to remember. I think it was at.
Was it at a conference? Right?
It might have been at the conference.
It was one of the conferences. Yeah.
Because I think is that the same time you brought your mom?
No. So I was still talking to my wife, or she wasn't my wife then. She was my girlfriend then.
Oh, okay.
I was talking to her. I did mention her a few times, but I did bring my mom to the
I remember.
One
Yeah,
time.
because I remember you bringing your mom.
I don't know why I brought my mom. That's super weird. Hey, I'm a DJ. I brought my mom. Like, no. I think there was a divine appointment there. Pastor Brown, Tim Brown was here. I had a word from my mom that week, and that was crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. But I think it was after that year. Is when you met my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, man, and just the way she is now, getting along with everybody, yesterday, and of course tonight we'll see what happens, with everybody else being there. But no, just seeing her heart, and she reminds me, y'all pretty much just complete each other. Y'all remind me so much of each other. Y'all are both just for people. I can definitely see that your heart is for people for sure, and even hers too, man. Like, and then just meeting your kids, like, oh yeah, man, they're a blessing, man. I love them for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Especially my kiddos, man. My kiddos just love serving. They absolutely love everything that is church. My son is getting there. He's getting there. He's still growing. We're still trying to get that common sense into him, But my daughter, she's already serving in youth. She helps out in little things like cafe or whatever it may be. She wants to help out. She's a greeter. My son is moving up into youth, and they just love church. They absolutely do it. Hey, we're going to church. Yes, we're going to go to church. All right, cool. They're asking us if we're going to go to church. And even the days we don't feel like going, why aren't we going to church? I was like, oh, now you want to question me, And I'm okay with that. Call me out. Yeah. If we're not going to church, why aren't we going to church? And so my kiddos, they love it. They love it. And so my little family is complete. Kind of. And so we're all for what God has for all of us. Yeah. It's crazy, bro.
Dude, heck yeah, man. That's awesome, man. What's going on in the world today, is pretty bad, protests, got the riots now going on. What are your views on that? And what are your views on what happened to George Floyd and, and just even people in the past, so like with racism, and which that's always been here. But.
Yeah. A little story on racism. We'll start off with my dad. I'll start off with this first. I know my dad. He is from Mexico. He has his papers now and stuff like that, of course. He was working at an organization called Affiliated. He works there still in Amarillo. And a big organization, of course. It's a big company. My dad has been there he's been there since, I want to say, 3 years after that. So 2002, 2003, he got the job at Affiliated. He's been there ever since, 17 years, I think. And my dad experienced racism one of the first times there. They asked, they were like, well, we need somebody that's going to do the job right, that does what he does and all these different things, but we want to do it where he can communicate with everybody else. And they didn't want to give my dad the job because he didn't speak proper English. He didn't speak correct English to them. He spoke broken English, Mexican broken English. Everybody knows it. It's you, tu, and it's all those things. Yeah. And my dad did experience it. They're like, no, that guy don't even speak English. Why can he be a manager? And till this day, he's actually one of the very few that has stayed. He's still a manager. He runs the potato part of Affiliated. So whatever comes in from potatoes, they're the ones picking them out, making sure the right ones go into the bags and all that stuff. That's what he does. And he doesn't have to touch any potatoes. He just does all the paperwork. Oh, yeah. And so, but from that time, they're like, no, we don't want him to be that. We don't want him to be a manager. Sorry, he's going to be a manager. They gave my dad the job, and they were finding ways to fire him, different ways. He went to the restroom too many times a day. And my dad called him out one day, like, this dude follows me to the restroom every time. He's like, I feel like I'm being harassed just to go to the restroom. He's like, I have a stomach problem. What's wrong with that? Is that something wrong to you guys? And that guy ended up getting fired. And we're sorry. This isn't going to happen again.
Yeah.
And it hasn't happened ever since then. But yeah, he just got treated really badly by that guy. He pushes pallets down. He do all the things just to try to get my dad to be mad. Mm-hmm. And my dad was saved. He was already saved at the time. So my dad was like, and he was barely saved. So, you still have a little bit of that. You got this, you pull you out of the street, but you still have that street in you, my dad was still there. But it's just, but with the world right now, like a lot of people are saying like, the cop made a mistake. Mm-hmm. And a mistake is like if I saw a purple and a violet crown and I picked the violet crown, like, oh, here's a purple crown. No, that's not purple, it's violet. That's a mistake. A mistake is that. I think he made a choice to put his knee on them. And people are like, well, he had THC in his system, he had fentanyl in his system and all these things. Like, but is that still a reason to kill him, man?
Yeah.
Or he was there for forgery. Is it still a reason to kill him?
Exactly, yeah.
Like if it was $20, they said it was like $20 that was not a good $20 bill. I think that's what the story is. Or a fake $20 bill that's not even worth anything.
Yeah.
Was that really worth it?
I mean, it was even, why even put him on the ground? That makes no sense.
I was like, I've heard a story with somebody that I traveled with musically. It said it took 8 people to get him into a car. To put him into a car. I was like, there's more than 3 or 4 people. I'm pretty sure they could have carried this man and put him in the car. And like I said, I believe like, you know what, you get arrested, that's fine. Take those things to court, get those things resolved in court. Never with violence or anything like that. Don't fight back, just stay quiet and go. If you're wrongfully accused, go that route. But I think he made a choice to do those things. He made a choice to put his knee on him. He made a choice to leave it there, to not listen to him. Hey, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
That's a choice. You're choosing not to listen to him. And so everybody's like, he made a mistake. He made a choice. That's the first thing I want to say. But just like so many different things that have happened with Aubrey too. Aubrey, he got shot for being in the wrong neighborhood. And so they're like, well, they were the neighborhood watch. And I was like, well, let's break that down. A neighborhood watch watches the neighborhood. They don't watch the neighborhood with shotguns and guns. You watch the neighborhood, and you don't have to defend it. That's the cop's job to do that. And so I don't agree with that either. But I just I think the problem with America is labels is the problem. Racism is a problem. I believe that, but we just label everything.
Yeah.
Because everything is labeled. Just because I'm Hispanic doesn't make me a rapist or a drug dealer.
Yeah.
It doesn't, just because you're black, doesn't make you a violent criminal.
Exactly.
Or doesn't do those things. Or just because is every white man racist? No. Yeah. That's not right. So then we label the cops as like the looting and rioting. I'm so against. It's not right. And so is every cop a bad cop? No, it's not. Not every cop is a bad cop. But in America, we label, we have stereotypes, we have everything for everybody. And so just so many things. Like I said, not everybody is bad.
Yeah.
There's people that are good, And so that's the problem with America. If we change that, I think a lot of things change. Yeah. It's Haley's story. She's one of my managers. I absolutely love this girl. She's super crazy. She goes, guys, it's 2020. You have the ability to research now. You have the internet at your fingers. And so research if you don't know. Self-educating is a big thing. But I don't think self-education is going to get it all the way. I think she hit a point there. Mm-hmm. You have the internet at your fingertips. Yeah. And you have the ability to research. And so I think like us as Hispanics, we need to teach, because this honestly, white family doesn't know, like, hey, we keep grandma in the back and she's in hospice. We keep her there because we believe in family, you know? We don't believe in taking grandma to the nursing home. Grandma's going to die in her house and her spirit is going to be haunting us for the rest of our life. Just plain. But
Yeah.
we that's how we believe. Like, grandma's going to stay here at this house and she will die here. Not, and like I said, not just on white people. White people are like, you know, put them in nursing home. And then there's people that don't get seen every day.
Yeah.
There's people that, you know, I'm having to change and vacuum grandma's room and do all this stuff. Hey, you know what? I have to be the caretaker now. And because we believe in family. And not, like I said, not just white people, like there's things that Hispanics can teach African Americans. There's things African Americans can teach white people.
Yeah.
There's things that cops can teach all of us. You know, and so we just have to be open and stop labeling everything. Like, you, since you're Hispanic, you're illegal. Dude, I have papers. I'm from here.
Yeah.
I was born in Kansas. We ain't in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. You know, I was born there. Like, and so, have I received racism in my life though? Very few times. And I told you earlier when we were in the car, why don't Hispanics like think racism is a problem? It's because half of the Hispanics don't even speak English. They don't even know what the heck they're saying to them. But to be honest though, like it is a problem. We label everything. Everything has a stereotype. Everything has a name on it. And that name doesn't define you. And that name will never define you. I am not a rapist. I'm not a drug dealer.
Yeah.
I've never touched drugs in my life, and I've never raped anybody. And so, but that name that they put on you, it's like a sticky note. I can take that sticky note off and throw it away because that's not me. And so people will always put something on you. Yeah. You know, and so Beaner, whatever, you know, and black people, they give them the worst. And so like not every woman is a Karen. It's funny. I know it's crazy. Is there Karens? I totally agree that there is. But not every white woman is a Karen. Just, hey, stop for a second and let's talk about what's going on. Because people do the harshest things when they're mad. That's marriage 101. Don't talk when you're pissed, you know. Don't talk when you're mad. That's bad.
Don't do it.
That's bad. Don't do it. That's a no. Take a few minutes. And see, like, I just like, not every situation should be handled how George's was, or how Aubrey's was, or like the man that was shot in his own home, in that home in Dallas. That he was in the apartment complex in Dallas. I think things need to be taught. We need to start having somebody to teach people, like, hey, how to handle situations. What is conflict resolution? Because America doesn't have that. No, we're just like, we're 0 to 100, like Drake said, and that's how we are every day. Yeah. That's how we are. We get pissed for everything. My mom got pushed for ice cream one time because ice cream was 2 for $1. Some lady pushed my mom. It didn't matter if she was white or black or whatever, but that was 0 to 100. There's no reason for that. There's enough ice cream for everybody. If there wasn't enough ice cream, get a rain check. It's okay. Like, well, there's other ways to deal with things. And so people are just people. Now it's getting to the point where people are like. And like I said, not every cop is a bad cop, but we're getting the law and we're putting it into our own hands, and we're being the judge and the executioner. We're being Judge Dredd. You remember that guy? Oh yeah. Yeah, he's the guy that arrests the dude, that judges them, and that executes them at the same time. And I was like, when did America become that? We have no authority to do that. Yeah. That's why we go to court, you know. And if court takes forever, it takes forever. I know it, and it sucks. But trust me, you'll be so much happier when you're out of that place. Yeah. You know? And so, but we get the law and we put it into our own hands. We start creating things out of the thin air. Like, oh, you know what? This person is, you know, they were saying that Aubrey got shot. Like, well, why did he start fighting? Well, who just pulls up in a truck with 2 guns? He's like, who pulls up with a shotgun and a pistol? You know, like, of course I'm gonna fight. I'm like, I don't know, my life's in danger. What am I gonna do? Just stand there and get shot? You know, like, and so, and yeah, of course he was running in the wrong neighborhood. It's like I'm just like, who made it their neighborhood? You know, you own the property that you're on. That house is yours. Or if you're renting it, you don't even own it.
Yeah.
And so, who said that was their street that he could run on? It's anybody's street. I can drive down that street if I wanted to.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm afraid because I might get shot now. You know, like, it's crazy and it sucks. And man, America needs to change on that. It definitely has to change. We need to stop labeling everything and putting labels on people, on types of people, because like I said, not every black man, white man. We're not all racist. We don't all.
Yeah.
There's people that aren't those things, but we just keep putting labels and sticky notes on top of them. Is just gonna make a big old mess, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna read you a tweet.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it says, "All lives matter is literally the new calling card for I live in a bubble and don't understand racism because I am the problem." What do you think of that?
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
It says, "All lives matter is literally the new calling card for I live in a bubble and don't understand racism because I am the problem."
No, yeah, I can say I definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
that's a problem. We're talking about problem solving, conflict resolution. We're finding out what the problem is. It's not America, because America has rights, has laws that protect me as a Hispanic man, has laws that protect you as a Hispanic man, but you're an American. I'm an American.
Yeah, has
laws to protect African Americans that are American. But once again, the problem is the people in America. It's not America. America is awesome. This land is awesome. We have freedom here. I can do almost whatever I want, as long as it's right doing and it's not harming anybody else, and it's not doing something that's going to cause something bad to happen, of course. Of course, like, you can drink, of course, but drinking and driving, now you're hurting somebody. Yeah. Am I for drinking? I definitely am not for drinking, you know? But those things, you can do a lot of things. But, you know...
there is consequences.
There's consequences.
Yeah.
And so, but America, like, the land itself protects me, but the people in it doesn't. The people in America don't protect me. You know, just because, like I said... anybody can take the law into their hands now. Anybody can take the law into their hands. It's not okay. Yeah. So, Aubrey got shot. Who gave him the right to do that? They're like, well, he was an ex-cop, and he's not a cop now. What the heck? You know what I mean? That doesn't make it right. Yeah. And so, and then on top of that. The new thing, it just came out last night. I don't know if you saw it. They're doing the trial for the men and the racial slurs that were thrown out after he was shot on the floor and he's dead or dying. And it's like, dude, you're the neighborhood watch. You just watch what's going on and you contact the right authorities to do it. Nobody asked you to take the law into your own hands. And so, and then now we have the law with George Floyd. I'm sorry. And they're taking the law. They're officers in control, doing what they're supposed to. Yeah. But really, are they doing what they're supposed to? So, like America, and so the tweet. Yes, we're finding out what the problem is. It's the people is the problem. It's not a specific race. It's not Mexican or black, white, cops, non-cops, civilians. It's the army men. No, it's the people is the problem. And so what are we doing to fix it? And protesting and looting isn't fixing problems. It's creating more problems. We're freaking breaking our city. Dude, yeah. Minneapolis is being broken right now. It's going to be a ghost town like Ferguson. Ferguson has never recovered after that happened.
And see, but the last time somebody tried to do a protest like that was Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick,
do you agree with what he did?
And so with him, I kind of do. Yeah. Why? Dude, we have freedom of speech, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. You know. Not everybody. I told Mike earlier when we talked, or yesterday. I told him, I was like, obedience doesn't always mean agreeing. You don't even if you obey, you don't have to agree. Even if you submit, you don't have to agree. And so, yeah, like I do like. You just take a knee, take a knee for your people.
And see, and I think that, and just like how you were saying, like people were the problem, like they didn't understand why.
Yeah.
They went out as, oh, he's disrespecting America. He's disrespecting the soldiers that fought for us. He's disrespecting all this and that. And dude, and like to me, when I knew why he was doing that, I was like, oh man, like I agree. I understand. Yeah, I don't know if I would have done it during the national anthem. Yeah, but then again, I'm like, I know what he's talking about. Mm-hmm. Like, so that's why, like, when he did that, it's like, man, okay, I get you now.
Like, even towards the end of a national anthem, taking the knee, I don't think anybody would have had a problem with it. But nobody came to ask him what he had. Yeah. They labeled him first, and that made the big old problem. Yeah, they put that label on him. Yeah. Like, oh, he's disrespecting America. He's supporting, he has another agenda. No. Nobody asked him, hey, why did you take a knee? They automatically, he didn't take off his helmet. He's disrespecting America. He took a knee. He's like, no. Did you find out what? No, nobody does it because we just want to. Yeah, you already start judging. Start judging. Exactly. And I'm like, oh man. So you become, like I said, you become you were the person to arrest them, the judge, and the executioner. Yeah. You're already just killing him by just talking crap about him. Yeah. And not even knowing where he's coming from. Yeah. And so, like, when we don't know where we're coming from, like, I don't know what you struggle with. Mm-hmm. As a brother, should we be accountable for each other? Yes, we should be accountable. And America needs accountability. Yeah. Not like another country, but Americans should be accountable for other Americans. Like when a lady calls out another lady, hey, don't be racist, because they're talking Spanish that has nothing to do with you. Leave them alone, Yeah. Or just because they're barbecuing that has nothing to do with you, because they're barbecuing at the park, that has nothing to do with you. Just go on, walk past, go on with your day. Nobody told you anything. If they're disrespecting you, it's a little bit different, but they weren't disrespecting him. And I'm talking about barbecue Becky. These memes, bro, they're crazy. And we're labeling people too, But like at the same time, like nobody asked you to interfere with what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying when you see something wrong, turn the other cheek and walk away or just ignore what's happening. No, but barbecuing at a park isn't wrong. Yeah. But somebody getting beat up by cops, that's wrong. Yeah. Or if somebody's getting beat up by, it's not even cops, just by other people, that's wrong. Exactly. Yeah, that's something you should. But see, America, and this goes for, I think, more of the color folks. Color folks, they see something going wrong and they're like, I didn't see crap. I don't know what's going on over there. My mama told me to mind my own business, and we're all ironing and watching what the violence is going on out there, And then when the cops are like, hey, what happened? I didn't see nothing. No, I don't know, puppy. I don't even speak English. That's how we are. I didn't see nothing. Okay. Yeah. What? No. And then hey, we're gonna go cook out later. Nothing. I don't know. Yeah. But see, but when we do see stuff that happens, man, hey, speak up. Yeah. Come on. America needs common sense too. Yeah. Like that's when you see something that's happening,
and not say anything about it.
Not saying nothing. Another good piece of advice that you asked me earlier. Another piece of, when you stay silent, you stay in agreement with it. Oh yeah. So like when we stay silent about somebody getting beat up, well, they deserved it. That you're agreeing with them doing it, and so like that goes for a lot of things. Like when you don't say something, you're agreeing with it.
Yeah, and then T.D. Jakes, man, I don't know if you saw that. Him and Pastor Carl Lentz from New York. Mm-hmm. He, I saw it on YouTube. I think it was his last Sunday service. T.D. Jakes said, "Man, being silent is being abusive." And I was like, dude, yes. That's good. They were both talking about George Floyd and what happened and how it just put more, like, opened my eyes even more, because he was like, okay, if you if a cop goes to the hood, let's say I think he said Chicago. If a cop goes to the hood over there, and they find marijuana, they find drugs, weed on this guy, it's a crime. But if a cop goes to a hood, let's say it's a neighborhood that's nice, like a rich neighborhood, they find drugs on somebody.
It's a misdemeanor.
It's something small, but it's a sickness. Hey, let's go find you some help and some rehab. And that right there, I was like, dude, it's yes, yeah. Like it's treated differently, and it should never be like that, but it is. And
just like, no, I totally agree. And people will like, there'd be the law, or people just see you're different from me.
Yeah.
And it just changes the whole complexion of what the situation could be. And so like, and that's bad. No, it shouldn't be like that. If this kid gets help, hey, why can't this kid get help?
Yeah, exactly.
He's from a different hood, and he probably doesn't get the same things. This kid might have his whole family, but this kid is a victim of circumstance. He's trying to do this to live. And is it right? It's not right. But he can still get help. Why can't he get help like this kid can? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're sick, Yeah. Hey, you know what? You're sick too. There's something that we need to figure something else out for you.
Yeah.
We need to find the best scenario, not the worst. And see, we always just see the worst in people. Nobody ever calls you out by your greatness. They only see. You never remember the greatness out of somebody, but you remember the time that they messed you up.
Yeah.
And so that's what they do automatically. They see the worst.
Yeah.
What's the worst possible thing?
But do you think the reason why they see that is because of skin color?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely do agree with that. I saw a YouTube video last night because I knew this would probably get brought up.
Mm-hmm.
And the YouTube video was it's a cartoon, black guy driving his car, and the cop stop him. He's like, "Oh man," and then the cops say, "All right, get out of the car." And he goes, "All right," and he sticks his hands out of the window, and they're like, "Can you get out of the car but not be black?" Like, I can't do that. I can't get out of the car and not be brown.
Yeah.
And so that changes the whole complexion of what is going on. It was a parody. They're making fun of things, but I can't.
Yeah.
So just because I'm not and like I said, not all white people, I always want to throw that out, because me and you have white people in our life that are absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
That are great, that are awesome. My pastor's white, and I absolutely appreciated him. He's actually like standing up for people in Romania, in Chicago right now. Now that I'm bringing that up, there's a church in Chicago. There are people from Romania, refugees that came to America looking for a better freedom.
Yeah.
America's freedom. They built a church. They have the church. The governor is like, you can't go to church due to COVID-19, and if you do go to church, we're gonna break your building down. And they put cop cars in the parking lots. And so Pastor Brian, he's a white guy. I like Pastor Brian. He's crazy. It doesn't make and so like he's standing up for these people, and he's like, hey, you know what? Just because they're refugees, they came looking for freedom in America. They're not free now. They're in bondage like they were in Romania. So what's the difference from here to there?
Yeah.
This isn't. And don't like, not you, but it's like people listening don't misunderstand. But this isn't China. We can have our Bibles. We don't have to hide them.
Yeah.
My pastor was in Vietnam, and he had to hide in a roof because the authorities came in and they were having a service, and he's hiding on the roof like, shh, don't breathe, don't fart, don't do nothing, because they're gonna catch you. You're going to jail. You're going to jail for a long time. And so we're not those places where America where we're free.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's just by your skin color, they treat you so much different. You were treated so much differently. What could be, like I said, these two people can get help. What could be a misdemeanor for one kid can be like 20 years for another. Yeah. And they're like, oh, just because, no, that's not okay. And when are we going to stop being racially biased? And when are we going to start being just who we should be? What's going to be the line where this is okay? Like, this is how it should be. And it's hard right now. It really is hard. I want my kids to, in the future, not have to deal with racism, but they probably are going to deal with racism, because I want it to stop. I want it to be over. I know my African American friends are hurting. I know black people are hurting.
Yeah.
I mean, they are. It's like it's for a long time they've been hurting.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And nothing has been done for them. Yeah, we've had Martin Luther King and we had Malcolm X and we had these people, great people of influence. But why are we still in the same crap every day?
Yeah.
Like, same mud hole. We
Yeah.
haven't got out of this hole.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting dug and it's deeper and deeper and deeper. And so how the loot, like you said earlier, like the color of your skin. My kids are Hispanics, little beaners. They are. Have they experienced racism yet? No, because they go to a fully colored school. And so I've been telling them, hey, this is what heaven looks like. This is what my pastor Jesse's been saying too. This is what heaven looks like. Every color is going to be there, every race, everything.
Yeah.
And when God gets us there, it's not going to be race, it's going to be the human race.
Yeah.
Like, this is everybody's here. Because then why were there Gentiles? You know what I mean? Like, we're all going to be there. And if you're thinking this heaven is going to be a white heaven, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're like, I want to get out of here. It's just like, or if you're going to think, some people think, like, is it going to be an all black heaven? Like, no, it's going to be mixed. Heaven looks like what a church looks like, full of everybody. Yeah. Anybody goes. Everybody. Jesus lets everybody in. He's like, oh, no, wait, you're too dark. You can't come in. Oh, no, you eat these kind of foods. No, you can't come. No, he never, no. He's like, arms open wide. So it's just crazy. Yeah. It's so crazy. So I don't want my kids to be experiencing this in the future, but I know they are. So I am teaching them like the right way. Like, hey, you don't see color, you see people. Yeah. The first thing you see a person. Because I told them, if you cut me and you cut that same person, we're both going to bleed. Now, we don't probably have the same. I probably don't weigh the same. I probably don't look the same. I probably don't dress the same as them, but we're people. And so I've been teaching my kids that. You see people, you don't see color. Yeah. And so I think everybody in America should teach that. You don't see people, you see color. Or you don't see color, you see people. And when you see people, that's what you see. You don't see anything else past that. And cops see color. Not all cops, though. Yeah. But cops do see color sometimes. Your ticket's going to just be a little bit worse because, you're just a different color. Yeah. And like I said, not all cops are like that. I had fortunately, a white cop stop me and my boss. We're both Hispanic. And we were just laughing it up because we were delivering turkeys during COVID to families that didn't have food. And so a company gave us a bunch of turkeys. So we were like, we got to get them out before they start thawing out. So we were delivering them to women's shelters, to women's homes. And we were speeding, we were going 12 over on a 60. So we're going 72 miles per hour. Cop stops us. White guy. Wasn't disrespectful. He's just like, hey, you're going a little fast. Yeah. We apologize. And he didn't give us a ticket. He gave us a warning. I'm like, oh, hey, it's a good day. And so we asked him, hey, would you like a turkey? And he's like, ma'am, that's bribery now, so I can't do that. And we started laughing, and he started laughing too. He's like, I can't believe you just bribed me with the turkey, lady. And he's just like, I'm so sorry, I didn't even think about it. I was like, that's breaking the law. And he just started laughing with us. I was like, no, all cops are bad. You know? He's just like, y'all are funny. He's like, I've never had that happen in my life. Somebody gets stopped for a ticket and offer me a turkey. Like, and we're just, oh man, it's just the funniest thing. But like I said, not all people, not all cops are bad. Like, and he was white. And so, like I said, it's just, we need to stop with the labels. That's it. It's the hardest thing. It is. Because you have everybody's still doing it every day. Yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, that's some good stuff right there. Yeah. No, it is, man. And sucks that it's like that.
It does.
I hate that it's like that. I don't want my kids to have to grow up and ever have to go through anything like we're going through now, about racism. Will it happen? Probably. So I hate to say that it will, like that's not like that it is, but I think it might happen again, until something else is done about it. But man, I wanted to ask you something else. Do you think that there is white privilege?
Do I think there's white privilege?
I know it sounds racist. Like I know we're not trying to be like racist here, but you see stuff on Instagram and and stuff about white privileges and this and that. Like, do you believe that like they have more of a privilege than us colored people?
Yeah, so I work as a prevention specialist for family support services in Amarillo. We're a crisis center, a rape crisis center.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody gets raped, they call us. We go and help out with the testimony, not the testimony, but like filling out paperwork, just different things like that. And we've been doing trainings this last week over cultural identity. And so the guy that did my first training on Monday, actually on Tuesday, he was a white guy, and he called himself he called himself, I remember what he called himself, like the contradiction, I think was what he said. Not the contradiction. I don't remember what he called himself. Just ignore that last part. But he was a white man raising two black kids, and he was gay. So he had a husband, and so he was doing our training, and he was just like, "Can I tell you?" He's like, and we had like 25 to 28 people in that training. He's like, "I have white privilege," he said. He's like, "Let me be honest with you. I'm white privileged." He goes, when I go to the store, they treat me better than everybody else around me that is colored. It's because I have white privilege. He goes, because I am white. He goes, I'm really not white. I'm Jewish, he said, but but everybody sees the color of my skin.
Yeah.
I'm white. I go, and so he goes, so I do get privileged. I have white privilege. And he goes, and he read us a story about a girl that was, she was a black girl, but she was privileged because she had a little bit more money. Her family was raised, they're all educated, and they had degrees and everything like that. But the other black kids at school said that she was way overprivileged because of what she had. Mm. And so I think white privilege is a thing because we don't have what they have. We don't have white skin. Is that racist? I'm not trying to be racist. Like, I'm not. Yeah. But it's like we don't have white skin. We don't get the opportunities that they get, And so I think white privilege is a thing. Mm-hmm. And there's some people that take advantage of it. There's some people that don't. Yeah. Like, I know the people that I work with don't. They really don't. And so, yes, I do believe it's a thing. Like, people get promotions and jobs and things like that because of their skin. Mm-hmm. Some other people get it because of affirmative action, So, yeah, it's a thing. I do believe it's a thing. White privilege is a thing. Yeah. And so there's people that use it, like I said, for malintent, and there's some people that do use it for good. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, I'm going to move up and I'm going to help all my people out. Not colored people, just anybody there. Yeah. So, yeah, I believe it is a thing. Yeah. So yes, to answer the question. Yeah.
No, man, that's good. I know you in the vehicle before we got here, you were telling me about a friend. Was it 101?
Oh, so yeah. So my buddy Josh, he's Josh Bonet. He works with me at Family Support Services. Absolutely awesome man. He works in 101 Elite Men, and it's a group of black men that are just teaching boys how to be men. Mm. I'm not too certain on all the details. I don't know if it's just all black kids or if it's anybody that goes in, but I think it's anybody that goes in that wants to be, that they're teaching them how to be a respectable man, how to do things right, how to be a man of your word, how to have integrity, do the right thing when everybody's watching and when nobody's watching. So, he does an absolutely great job at that, and he's a part of that group and organization. I think that group is awesome. They're in a lot of our community meetings. I think the main man of the organization, his name is Curtis. I'm not sure of his last name, but he's in a lot of the community meetings. And I think, yes, that is needed. We need to teach the kids how to be respectable from a young age, because you start trying to teach somebody in 12th grade to be respectable. I don't know if a lot of that's going to go through. So if you've been taught a certain way your whole life, change. People don't like change. It's just the truth. And so I think teaching them at a young age, getting them to where they need to, because we do have Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts is a big thing in America. The cookies, of course, everybody knows Girl Scouts, buy the cookies, but they do a lot more than that. We teamed up with Girl Scouts at my job, and we go out to the schools and we teach different things. We teach I statements. For those who don't know what an I statement is, hey, I don't like when you touch my phone. It makes me real upset that you touched my phone. Could you not touch my phone? That's an I statement. I don't like when you touch my stuff. Can you please not touch my stuff? Instead of don't touch my stuff, bro, and then big ol' fight, that's how usually kids talk now. Or don't even talk at all. Like, a lot of students have problem with communicating, but they can tell you what they want in a text message, but they couldn't tell you in person. And so we're teaching, and the Girl Scouts, we're teaching things like that, like when we teach. And so I think they're teaching, like, just how to be a respectable young man. What's right and what's wrong. Because nobody's teaching that now. Some kids at home don't have parents to teach them that, because parents are constantly working. Parents are constantly doing something. And putting a phone in your kid's face isn't taking care of your kid. Let's just throw that out there too. That's not taking care of your kids, people. That's keeping them quiet. And that's not caring for them. Josh is awesome. He makes beats. He does music as well. And then he helps out another guy in California. His name is Vincent Green. And I'm going to shout out his podcast on your podcast, but it's called Cutting Ties. And he talks about pop culture and how it ties into the word. And it's really good. He talks about, the first one I think he talked about is the movie called Us by Jordan Peele.
Oh, yeah.
And he talks about how that ties in with some of the word of the Bible, some of the word, and like some of the things here and there. He talks about Get Out and how that ties into the word. So it's a really cool podcast. He talks about a lot of movies and where they stole some of the stuff from the Bible to get that movie. You know what I mean? So things like that.
Heck yeah, bro.
But those guys are awesome.
He also even made the intro beat for mine, and I love it, man. I appreciate you, Josh. I really do. I'd love to meet you. Love to have you even on here too.
One day.
That'd be awesome, man. But man, that's all that we have for today. I appreciate you, Teddy. I love you, bro.
Love you too, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to have you on here forever, and you're like, after all this is over, and whenever Texas opens back up, we're going over there to Seminole.
And the first thing, boom, we're here. So for sure.
Heck yeah, man.
I'll be happy to be back. Maybe one day with my wife. Remember I told you
exactly.
About that?
Yeah,
I have my wife on here.
Yeah.
So
I wanna hear her story too, man.
She has an awesome story, awesome testimony.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be back.
Yeah,
I love
either that or we'll go over there, do it over there.
Yeah, we'll set up in somebody's coffee shop or something.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
But also, so you do have a social media platform, so if somebody wanted to follow you. And
So my Facebook is Hector DJ Teddy, one word, Larios. Martinez, yeah. Hector DJ Teddy Larios is my Facebook. I do have a Twitter. I just opened it back up. I did take a sabbatical from social media for a while, 2 years. I don't know if that's short or long, but I did take a while off of it. I post only if I need to, and I really don't need to, but I want to promote my album. I want to promote my stuff, and I want to start getting back into posting quite frequently. But I have a Twitter. It's DJ Teddy _1, and that's my Instagram, DJ Teddy _1. I'm making a TikTok soon, so it'll be DJ Teddy _1. My wife is like, you have the ability to do great TikToks, so do them, but share the word with them. So I'm gonna be doing something like that soon. But those are the things I do have. I don't have Snapchat, so don't Snapchat me. I don't care about that stuff. But follow me.
YouTube's a YouTube link?
YouTube is DJ Teddy. Yeah, DJ Teddy TGM. That one's a little bit different. DJ Teddy one was taken, but DJ Teddy TGM. That was Team Glory Music, but yeah, TGM. Follow me on there. I have all my videos posted, and then I'll be uploading some more soon. I gotta get from my old YouTube that got taken down. I got to get all those videos and re-upload them to a new one.
Nice.
So, yeah, but yeah, those are my social media. Follow me, shoot me a message. I answer everybody the best that I can. So
Heck yeah, there we go, man. And of course, you can go to No Holds on YouTube. You can go to No Holds on Instagram and on Facebook. Subscribe, follow, share. Let's get these stories out, man. Like I said, I love having you on here, Teddy. We're going to do it again for sure, with you and your wife. Yeah. And, man, I can't wait to see what God's got in store for you guys.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that a lot, man.
But until next time, man, we are out. Peace.